When Dick Bennett volunteered to mentor a child at the Peter Paul Development Center more than a decade ago, he imagined it might be no more than a 2 or 3 year commitment at most. That's certainly how he pitched it to his friend Sam Fuller, whom he'd invited to share mentoring duties with him in this longtime St. James's ministry. At the time, both men were still active in their professional careers, Dick as a lawyer and Sam as a surgeon with Operation Smile, traveling the world. However, something remarkable happened, something spirit-filled and life-changing, once Dick and Sam started working with Jama Ibrahim, that transformed the mentorship relationship into something much more. Jama was then a second grader at Woodville Elementary School, located next to the Mosby Court low-income housing project where Jama lived. Jama's family's journey to Richmond is a remarkable story in itself. His mother and two older siblings fled the war in Somalia in the early 2000s. Jama himself was born in a Kenyan refugee camp. The family eventually made it to the small Mosby Court unit that Jama shares with his mother and now 5 siblings today. The mentorship program is overseen by the Peter Paul Development Center, and that's where Dick and Sam worked with Jama every Wednesday afternoon. Eventually, Jama was able to enroll in the Anna Julia Cooper School in Church Hill, a small K-8 academy that many of you know is operated by the Episcopal Diocese of Virginia. Most of the PPDC mentorship relationships end once the children move from elementary to middle school, but Dick and Sam continued meeting and working with Jama throughout his years at Anna Julia Cooper, and the relationship deepened. As Jama's time at Anna Julia Cooper was ending in his 8th grade year, Sam worked with Jama on his applications to various schools in the Richmond area, and Jama ultimately chose the Stewart School to attend high school. This past spring, the COVID-19 pandemic forced Jama to attend school online, just like every other child in Richmond. But trying to do online learning from home in a 2-bedroom public housing unit that you share with your mother and 5 siblings presents problems that most of the rest of us can't imagine. And it presented challenges to Jama, as you can imagine. He mentioned this to Dick, who, without hesitation, spent this past spring picking Jama up and bringing him back to Dick's house each day, where he and Andy provided Jama with breakfast, lunch, and a safe, quiet study place in their basement where Jama could do his work. Jama plans to attend college in 2 years, and he wants Sam and Dick to carry on as mentors even after he graduates from Stewart. They're humbled by this request, as you can imagine, and happily committed to continuing the special relationship that has meant so much to everyone involved. After all, we are the church, and it's folks like Dick and Sam who demonstrate that in the Richmond community on a daily basis.